I think this is on, and welcome. This is the Halloween Spooktacular stream, the second annual. That means we've done this all of one time before. And as you can see, I am even dressed more ridiculous than last time. If you are here, please let me know that you can hear and see and all of the things, because I'm super stressed out about, the sound and all the things. So please, somebody in the chat, tell me that we are squared away. Welcome, folks, and I'm going to be playing with this all day. And there will be, I don't want to say a prize, but I'd like, Michael Peters says we are all good. Okay, perfect. So first and foremost, as people are coming in, I know it's just going to take a few minutes for people to get on board, and the guests are rolling in up slowly, and they will be here shortly. And yes, I'm so excited to talk with our. Oh my God. I'm just seeing people popping into the green room, and I'm so excited to bring on. Ooh, Mrs. Smurf. Phil says Mrs. Smurf, and that is a great guess. Anybody else who has a potential guess for what I am today? I'm so distracted. There's people rolling in, and the chat is really active, which is awesome. But I'm going to do right now is, instead of waffling along, I think Carl is probably sweating in his costume. So I'm going to bring on the first guest that I have in the green room right now, and they should look familiar to you. There, if hopefully, is Fix, and Fix is on mute.
Okay, so Fix. Let me back up to show my costume. I realized afterwards that my costume can't actually see it.
Oh, look, it's the whole outfit. Well done. Well done.
Super comfortable, though.
Well, for those of you who don't know Fix, Fix is another YouTuber who is I would love to say that Fix is a good friend of mine, a colleague, and we've grown together here in the making money online world. And he was here with us last time for the Halloween Spooktacular, and I'm so happy to have him. The next guest I would like to bring on the stream. This is our good friend, Killer Corn Broadband. So the question is, can you speak in your costume? Okay, well, why don't you try and let us...
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? It's very difficult to drink tea, though. So I don't know how long the mask will be on for.
What's so funny about this is that I am blushing and I'm super red, but you can't see it because my face is blue.
The strangest thing is that they actually do sell Halloween corn masks on Amazon. How strange is that?
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh my God. So before we get into it, as people are rolling in, I want to go over to the chat, and I want to say hi to Adrian and Keith and Sarah and Jana and Dee. Dee, thank you so much for doing thumbnails for me. I really appreciate it. There's Anthony and Diabetic Game Guy. Man, I don't know your name, but I would love to. And there's Phil, and then Reddit Phil, and then Sarah. Oh my goodness, guys, we are having so much fun already today. I'm already laughing. So now that we are here, let's jump into some of the stuff I wanted to talk about. One, since Fix, you were here first.
Yes.
Fix, you were much more of a regular on YouTube in the last year, and then you went and did the thing, you procreated. You reproduced yourself. I don't know whether or not, time will tell if that was a good idea. How has that changed your approach to making money online? Because now that you have a baby, and I've seen you less on YouTube, do you see any full pull to go offline more to try to make a traditional, stable business for your offspring?
So it's more about shifting priorities. I'm really happy that I did all the work I did up until this point, and I spend a larger percentage of what I do is outsourced and then doing it myself, because I just don't even have the time. But I do find more, before procreating, such a technical way of saying it. Before procreating, I would spend like weekends and stuff like that. Just wasting time. Sometimes just like procrastinating, wasting time. But now I'm even at a point where I want to get a flip phone because I want to unplug more often, spend more time with the family.
So how old is your baby now?
15 months. She's got a matching costume as well.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you don't take pictures of it and show it to the rest of us, it didn't happen. That's all I'm saying. All right, Carl, Corn, Killer Corn. Now to you. You folks, if you are in the on YouTube, you can see down in the description, I have a link, my affiliate link to the affiliate gathering. Corn took on the goal this year of creating basically a conference in a time that most people wouldn't be thinking of doing it. So Corn, look at how red his face is.
It's hot in here.
Talk to me about challenges. What has come up since you decided to launch a conference that maybe you didn't expect?
What I didn't expect. Not a lot what I didn't expect. What I didn't think would happen would be all the people like yourself that agreed to come on and travel so far. So that's really blown my expectations. I didn't think many people would agree to do that. But we have people coming from Dubai, India, America, Canada, all over the place. So I am thrilled that people are really, embracing the chance to meet other people in our industry and stuff. So that's really good. So I expected it to be really hard, especially obviously we're trying to arrange a conference for the first time in the midst of COVID. So I did expect it to be very, very hard. Thankfully, I've got a good team behind me. The management team that I work with is fantastic. And hopefully she's in the group or in the chat listening, and she's absolutely amazing. So, I can't take I can't take much of the credit at all. I'll try, but I'm only taking a tiny bit of credit for it. She's done an amazing job.
That's awesome. Well, I got to tell you, when you contacted me and said, "Hey, I'm planning on doing a conference next year," it wasn't what I was expecting, to be honest, because most people weren't looking at, doing a meetup in-person conference. So what made you decide that to hell with what's going on in the world? I think this is the right thing to do in the right time, and just like pull the trigger on it. Like, I'm doing it. Like,
yeah,
what?
I just thought, there's got to be a time where you either say I'm going to do it or I'm not, because the whole COVID thing, it could be here for 5 years. Who knows, but the restrictions have come down in the UK, particularly where we are. It's very low. We're one of the highest countries for double vaccinations. So I think something like 85% of the population is double vaccinated. All the children are now actually getting vaccinated. So I just took my 14-year-old today. He's had his first COVID jab. And actually, I thought they would get 2, but apparently only need 1. So that's good. So all the children are now getting vaccinated. So I think by May next year, we should, fingers crossed, be in a very good place. And the whole idea about the affiliate gathering is it's not an SEO conference. It's not, a webinar or anything like that. It was about getting people together. That's all I wanted to do, because that's how it started. It was just me. I was just going to get about 20 friends like yourself and just get together and have a bit of a meetup and a chat and exchange best practices. And it just grew and grew and grew. So I think the in-person part of it is the very special part of the expo. And like I say, I just wanted it to be, hence the reason we called it affiliate gathering. I wanted it just to be a gathering of friends. Just literally, come along. Don't care whether you've not got a website or if you're just starting one, or whether you earn $1 million a year. I don't care. Just come along, meet people, talk, and just have fun. And, that's what we're doing. Very relaxed, very friendly. You will learn stuff, but it's just a way of meeting people, really, in our industry, because it's a very secretive industry we kind of work in. It's, everybody's always so secretive about what they do. And I think it's just good to talk to people who know what you mean and what you're talking about, really.
So I'm welcoming to the chat. I see Sabina in there, and I always have to shout her out when she pops in, because she's probably one of the most enthusiastic supporters of my channel. And so I see her and I'm like, oh, here is the energy. She has arrived, like the energy elbow. There is Jay and and Joanne. And you guys, I'm having a hard time keeping up with the chats, but if you have questions, please feel free to put them over there. My question, I'm going to take it back to Stuart, now that I have you here, is what do you think that you will do differently going forward? Because you have done what you've done up to now, and now it's been a year since we talked about this and laughed. What do you think you will do differently in the year that comes? Because obviously giving up, making money online now that you have a kid, not an option. What's going to be different?
That's a good question. I've kind of already started it, but this would be the goal is learning and getting better at everything outside of creating content. So I've actually been chatting with Chris a little bit, and I've been working on some other skills of building up some authority on my websites. And I think that makes the most sense, especially with that kind of work, whether it's like building links or things like that, or like building brand. You can chip away at it, and I think that makes the most sense for what the next year is going to look like. I like outsourcing content when I can, and then
So do you think link building is going to be a big part of it? Do you think?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in our community are like, links are bad, especially folks who came out of income school or came from John Dykstra, who believes in links, but he's just like, I'm just too lazy to do it, or I'm just not interested in doing it, or I just couldn't care less. I don't like doing it. So are we going to start seeing more people in our community headed towards link building, do you think?
The ones who are going to be successful are, yeah. I don't know.
The ones who can afford it.
Well, I mean, link building doesn't always have to involve money, though, right? Like there are strategies that don't involve link building, but it just seems like historically so much has been, don't bother with links. Links are bad. Like people are even sometimes afraid to build links, right? Because they've been told that link building will destroy their sites, right? Oh, you build links, Google will find you, and then like axe murder you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that opinion is maybe changing as some of our other maybe leaders in our community have started to pivot as well?
I think there's more emphasis on building like quote unquote white hat kind of links. So I'm not talking about like doing like PBNs and things like that. I don't even really understand that. But getting links as close to as natural a process that would normally occur on the internet. I think people also like to think Google's a lot more intelligent than it actually is.
You know, you might be onto something there. Honestly, people are like, the Google knows. I'm like, the Google is not a person, right? It's not like somebody who's like over the fence, like what are you doing there in your computer fix? What nefarious thing and discovered? Like it's an algorithm, right? And I mean, can it really even read, right? Like truly, does it know how good? I'm putting on my air quotes again because I don't know why. How good content truly is. Like write good content versus content that has all the important words in it. I mean, how well written does it really have to be in order to get?
Oh yeah, some of the stuff that I rank #1 for, it's not the best. It's definitely not the best. I hope Google's not listening.
Oh my God. All right. So I just have noticed some other of our friends have popped on, and it's so good that I painted my face blue because you guys would not be able to see this, but I'm pleased and excited to welcome our good friend WP Eagle, Alex. Here we go. You ready?
Oh my God. He looks like he's in the closet at like a psych ward.
That's how his hair normally looks. It's for the streams, he pushes it down.
I've got like bits of wig in my mouth. Corn, put that mask on again.
Hey, Alex, we got a little static coming from you, man. We got a little static.
Oh.
Yeah. Am I the only one hearing the static?
I hear it.
Or is it like, what does it sound like?
Yeah, it's like whenever you speak, it just staticky, like it comes in. And I don't know if this is part of your costume. It could be that's like the effect, like the power of your speech.
It sounds like Frankenstein getting electrocuted.
That's a good one, yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
That's better.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's perfect. Alex, welcome to the stream. Tell us, what is your costume, our friend?
Generic vampire. The wig's a little bit
Generic or genetic?
I don't know. I've lost the teeth.
That's it.
There we go. That's the one. How are we? I love that. Did you get that custom made or something, Carl?
No, it's readily available on Amazon, of course.
What? Corn Halloween costume? You wouldn't have thought it. You can't make it up, can you?
We think we're still getting some static from you, Alex. I don't know what's going on. But while you mess with it. See if we can get it figured out.
Phil actually had a good comment. He said Carl had a very corny costume.
Hello.
I'll fix it. Hold on, Alex.
Hello.
Oh, let's
You
see.
fix it.
How about now?
Is that any better?
It is better. Yep. Oh, in the
Yeah,
chat,
yeah, yep.
said, he clicked the turn off static button. Well done. Well done. That's a setting. All right. Well, next up then, because I see him sitting in the green room, I'm going to invite our friend Chris into the stream. And I laugh because I see what Chris is wearing and I know he bought it at the porn store.
He's always there.
How we
G'day,
doing,
everyone.
Chris?
Looks familiar.
It's the rainbow unicorn.
Classic.
It's my only dress-up outfit, so you're getting this every year.
Well, I just
Cheapskate,
think
gets his money's worth out of it.
I just think the story of how you got it is so funny that I don't feel like you could get another costume because like you're like stumbling around looking for an adult onesie and the only place to find one is in the porn store, and that just makes me laugh.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what I get from the porn store next year for my dress-up.
I can't wait. We'll just set the thumbnail now. So 12 months from now, and in the description, it says, Chris is going to the porn store. Let's see what he shows up with. And 12 months from now.
Chris's Secret Santa gifts are awesome.
All right. Well, while I have you guys all here, it always strikes me that I'm the only lady here in this group of gentlemen. But in 2021, the freak out of all year was the speed, right? Speed was going to happen. Speed was going to destroy us. Zoic launched Leap. Everybody dumped their themes. Alex and Corn and his team built a theme of their own. And what do you think? Like for me, Speed, I don't really see it. Like, what happened? What do you think? I'm going to kick it to Alex, because you're down in the corner. What do you think about the whole Core Web Vitals like shakeup?
I think we probably got a little bit carried away with it. I think it wasn't as big a deal as we thought it was going to be. There's still slow sites that rank pretty well, and sites that haven't got particularly great Core Web Vitals, they go okay. So I think it is a factor, but I don't think it's something to get too stressed about. At the end of the day, if you get a decent theme and some decent hosting, you should be fine. And all the people that said, oh, well, we've got to ditch Elementor, page builders, get rid of page builders, useless. Well, I've got a site that's running Thrive themes, which is a very hungry page builder. And that site's doing just fine. It's growing well month on month. It's up. So I don't know. I think it was a lot of excitement about nothing really. Obviously, don't have a slow website. No one likes a slow website, but don't get too obsessed with the Google page speed score. People they spend all day refreshing it, trying to get green on everything. It's just, I think there's better things to do. You could have written an article in the time you've taken to refresh that page, maybe.
What do you, Chris? Are you awake? You with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think? What do you think about the Core Vitals update? And was it overblown?
Yeah, it was a bit of nothing, wasn't it? That's all I got to say about it. Like, nothing happened. Remember, everyone was freaking out for like the month beforehand. Everyone was like, "This is the end of online publishing."
Not
It was
just
like,
the month
like
before.
it when it was it was like it when it was going to be the millennium and it was going to be the year 2000, and everyone said planes are going to fall out of the sky, we're doomed, and then it ticked over and nothing happened. Bit of a letdown, really.
You know, I'm glad it happened, just because I could. It forced me to go and fix up some stuff on my site. But
Yeah, I agree.
now I just run a lean site. I just use Astra with Gutenberg Ultimate blocks, so I don't use Elementor or anything anymore.
All right, I
And
see
did you
another
do that
one
because
of
of
our
the speed?
I did do that because of the speed thing, and I doubt it would have had any impact whatsoever. But I'm glad it's like that now because I don't have to deal with Elementor anymore.
Oh, were you not a fan?
I just feel like Gutenberg's gotten good enough now, especially if you put
Yeah.
Gutenberg Ultimate blocks on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, Amelia, sorry, is there someone else waiting to?
There is. I see Morton in the green room, and I've been trying really hard not to laugh. I cannot wait to click the on button to add him to the stream, and I really want to know what on earth that.
What on earth are you?
Hey guys.
He's a can of beer, a bottle of beer.
Yeah, you got it. A very frightened bottle of beer or fright inducing.
Beer's not scary.
Maybe it's
anyway.
easier if I.
Okay. It's a
Oh,
Budweiser.
it's American beer.
Oh, advertising,
That is
marketing.
scary.
Yeah.
Morton sponsored by Budweiser.
Yeah, I wish.
Oh
Is
my
that
God.
like your
So,
go-to costume?
I'm glad I got to see your Mr. Corn Broadband.
Yeah.
all right. So everybody
I
fluff
think you
up
should
your
keep it on.
costume. Fluff up your costume as best you can. And I'm going to kick it to the chat. I want folks to vote. And I'm going to look back at this later. Which one is the best costume? Everyone. And there's no prizes for this. I just want to know because it gives us all like a reason to feel fuzzy. See, I even have like a cape. It's like a spooky cape. Like it's got things. Like, tell me. I think I'm Mrs. Smurf, perhaps. Oh my goodness, you can see the fans. The fans don't care. I'm seeing corn.
Definitely corn.
Definitely Corn.
Oh, yes. And please hit the thumbs up. Oh, there's some Pete coming through voting for me. Oh, there's another corn. Oh my goodness. Look at all the
I think
corn.
Amelia should win. Whenever there's makeup involved, that's effort. That is effort.
I actually have a meeting
effort.
after this, and it's an in-person meeting, and I'm a little afraid that I won't be able to get it off.
You need to go like that.
Just go like that.
Yeah,
Go
just
like
go.
that. Yeah.
Oh, Morton, now that I have you here, it makes me look back to where we were last year. And last year, you were getting ready to launch the Passive Income Geek course, and community and streaming was something new and different.
Very
What
new.
do you feel like you have learned in the last year since we last had you here and you hadn't launched your course yet? Like, what are some of the takeaways of the last year?
Oh, for me personally, I think
Yeah.
I got a hold on YouTube somehow. It was still very frightening for me a year ago. So getting a little more comfortable in front of the camera is definitely something.
And now
I
you're
had to
sat on
tackle.
here as a bottle of beer.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
I'm a bottle of beer on YouTube. Who would have thought?
No, your videos are getting really good, Morton. Though. You're doing a lot of editing and creative stuff. It's good. They're a bit like Fix, nearly as good as Fix's. Obviously, Fix is number one for creativity and editing.
Thanks.
I'm
I'm
loving
having
your
more and
videos.
more fun with it. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So basically, Morton says he kicked ass at YouTube in the year, and then everything else was awesome. Let's see.
How's the course going? How's the course going? I
Yes.
mean, it's a year into the course.
Yeah, it's going great.
Was it
I'm
everything
approaching-
that you expected it to be?
Yeah. I mean, I started YouTube to get in more community, and here I am as a bottle of beer in a live stream. So that definitely happened. It was getting very lonely over here in Scandinavia, just vlogging along for an American audience. And yeah, it's going well. It's I'm happy to have a good active community, and yeah, definitely.
Well, Alex,
Ooh.
on my list of stuff was I wanted to ask you about something that you and Carl and Phil did this year. You guys launched popcorn. So this theme of your own that I'm using it and lots of folks in our community are using it. Was there anything that happened during this launch that maybe you didn't expect? Like I sent this same question to Carl about affiliate gathering, but was there anything that happened that you weren't anticipating in this experience?
I wasn't expecting it to sell. And it did sell. It did sell. It sold like hotcakes. I mean, it slowed down a little bit now, but that's acceptable. That's understandable. We haven't spoken about it as much, but I was impressed how well it was received and how quickly it sold, and the kind of feedback that we got on the theme was all very positive. We've just dropped a big update to it, so loads more features, loads more fixes. I'll do a video on that next week, hopefully letting everyone know. But the changes, yeah. It was our first venture of mine, certainly, into selling software. I mean, we all know that Phil did all the hard work, really, and me and Carl are just here for the ride. But yeah, I was shocked at how well it did and how well it was received. I mean, what are your thoughts on it, Carl? What did you think about the whole popcorn launch?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we didn't really do a marketing launch or anything, did we? It was literally me and
No, we
Alex
talked about it a bit on YouTube, yeah.
Pretty much that was it. Yeah, I mean, if you compare that to like a big proper sales marketing launch or anything, yeah, it wasn't. We didn't do anything like that. It was literally just. I mean, originally the idea came when we were talking about what themes we're using, and obviously the whole speed thing by Google, and we just said, it's a shame there's not something out there that literally you can unzip the file, click one or two buttons, and you go in. You can get content on straight away, and we know there's some simple, basic free themes out there, but I didn't think there was anything that was as basic as you needed for a beginner. You just want somebody who can unzip the file and they can upload literally within minutes, and that's what we wanted to create. And I think, like I said, Phil's done an absolutely fantastic job. I think he's still, I think he's doing all the upgrades and upgrading it and adding features, but I kind of want to rein that back. I think it needs to be as simplistic and as easy to use as possible. We are trying to cater to the audience and give them what they want, but I do think it needs to be, I think it needs to remain on its core values, which was fast and simple.
All right. Well, yeah. I'm gonna step in and interrupt. And one thing I'm going to acknowledge is Hassan Khan, who jumped in and probably didn't realize that we were having a Halloween stream, is really confused about what's happening. It is the Halloween theme. But Alex, one of the things you said that you were surprised is that people bought it, and you're like, I didn't expect people to buy it. And my question is, well, why not? Like, why would you launch something that you were confident or lacked confidence that people would want to buy? That it seems.
I don't know. I thought we would sell a few. I thought we'd sell a few. A few of our fans would definitely have bought it, but I just thought that the competition was strong. I mean, with people using Astra, Ocean, Acabado, I don't know how you say it, but you know the one. I just thought, well, is there any room for us? And also, the price point was fairly high. $99 is, you can pick up themes for a lot less than that. And, yeah.
What?
It's good value. You get me, Carl, and Phil answering emails. I mean, what more do you want? And so I didn't know. I didn't know where it was going to fit in, but it turns out there was a great need for it. People do want a simple theme. They want a theme that is focused for niche websites. It's no good if you wanted to build a business website for the local dry cleaning company. It probably isn't going to be a good theme. But if you want to set up a niche website, it's perfect. And as Carl says, I think we want to keep it like that. And we don't want to add too many bells and whistles, because if you want all the features and all the bells and whistles, then there's plenty of themes out there that offer that.
Yeah, I mean, on the price point for me, I just wanted something where you just paid once and you got it for life, and I could use it on any website that I had. I hate the thought of having to renew a theme. That's kind of holds you to ransom, really. It's like, if I don't pay $99 next December or whatever, my theme's gonna, my website's gonna go down. So I didn't want that. I wanted a one-off fee, and you can relax. You don't have to worry about renewing it. Like hosting, you worry about, will I catch that deadline and renew my hosting? And I didn't want that. So I think the price point for me, I thought was good. Like I say, $199 was a lot up front, but to know that you got it for life and you could put on any website that you want, I think that's value.
All right. Well, before we go into like a webinar about popcorn.
That's it. By the way, popcorntheme.com.
He's not all about popcorn.
The link, my affiliate link, if you're going to go there, use my affiliate link. It's in the description. Don't go directly to popcorn.com. Use my affiliate link to get me there.
Send Amelia something.
Same with tickets. Mention Amelia's name when you book a ticket to affiliate gathering. She needs the airfare.
So here's the thing. One of the things I think that people get obsessed with talking about is all the wins, right? Like the income reports with the graph that goes like this, like it's flat, 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 and has the hockey stick on it. I'm going to ask everybody this.
Have you not seen my mega site?
What is something that you did wrong this year in 2021? And I'm going to go around, and because I'm looking at my circle, I'm going to start with Morton, who's below me. What is something that since we were here 12 months ago that you just screwed it up? And there's got to be something, because there's no way everybody's perfect.
Is he muted now?
He muted himself. There you go.
Oh,
okay.
That's
what he did wrong this year. He forgot.
That's what I did wrong. No, what did I do wrong? Good question. I'm not so quick on the trigger, I guess.
All right. Well, think about it. We'll come back to you. Yeah. And I will go next to Chris, who's in the line.
Yeah, what did I do wrong? I think in the first 6 months of the year I wasn't focused enough, and I've like spent the last couple of months really trying to be like, stop doing things like YouTube. Like YouTube isn't going to make me money. I need to focus more. So that's kind of the thing I did wrong, but I think I'm fixing that now. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, you seem like you've been really focused on websites in the second half of 2021, and we haven't seen you so much on the podcast or on YouTube. How about you, Alex? What was something that you feel like you just mucked up in 2021?
Probably focus. Well, yeah, I'm very bad at focusing. I do just do anything that's in my field of view at the time. Yeah,
it's so funny that you say that, because focus, and you looked over there, and then you looked over there, and then you looked over there.
Yeah, I was trying to focus. Very bad at focusing. I probably there's a couple of sites that I just didn't think. My wheelbarrow site, in hindsight, that was a bad niche. It was probably a bad idea to go for a UK market. Probably a bad idea to spend so much money on link building for that site and not see much return. Pretty a bad idea to work with some of the companies that I've worked with. I don't want to mention any names, but there's a few companies that I've done videos with about their products where I probably shouldn't have, because maybe they're not that great. And, I don't want to jeopardize my reputation, but people know who I am. I just sometimes just do stuff without thinking, which gets you in trouble. But yeah, other than that, I think
not too bad.
Generally, I'm perfect.
Most days.
How about you? How about you, Corn? Killer Corn. What is something that you messed up this year?
I think a couple of things. I did a website case study where I was going to give the website away. So I was going to build a website in front of everybody and then give the website away, which is still happening. And the website is there and it is growing, and I'm still going to give it away. But I think the mistake was letting the audience choose the niche, and them picking lifestyle hacks, was like, okay, how am I going to rank that? And in fact, some of the articles do. I think it's something like 10 things you can do with a broken LCD TV. I think that ranks number one.
Wow.
But I think
it sounds like it should be a good niche.
Yeah, you'd think, wouldn't you, right? But I think that was a mistake, because I wanted to give something away really valuable. I wanted to get a website to $5,000 or $10,000 and give somebody a chance to kind of get into the industry we're in with something making good money straight away. And it looks like by the time I give the website away, it is going to be worth a couple of $1,000s, but it's not going to be worth what I wanted. So I think that was one big mistake. And then I think the second is, like Chris said, I've just been doing a bit of everything around YouTube. I was talking to Morton yesterday about this. Last month I made 17 videos on YouTube, and all within our niche and our industry. They don't get these tens of thousands of views. They get a couple of thousand views if you're very lucky. And, heaven forbid you should mention an affiliate link in them, because then you get criticized and bombarded by everybody in the comments. So, I don't,
Carl. I think it must just be you. I think you're too trustworthy. They just think, how on earth can such a, Yorkshireman so trusty as Carl?
Dare he sell
How
me
dare
something?
he try and make some money?
Yeah, he should go whip them ferrets into shape. I don't know what it is, but I just think, I think like Chris said, I focus too much on everything and doing everything that's not productive for my business. So like Chris, in this last 28 days, last month, I've really focused on building my new aged website case study, and just really focused on the team, building a team, and getting back to blogging, writing content, publishing content, and just really cranking out, content that's going to actually, like Chris said, make me money in the long run. Build a site that's worth X amount of money, an asset that I can sell. So yeah, I think I've just done a little bit of everything over the last 3 to 6 months. That kind of, my audience has grown obviously a little bit, but my portfolio isn't where I wanted it to be.
Oh, and there's Morton. He's like, I am a beer and I'm going to drink a beer. Well done.
Cheers. I've got a beer. It's a party, isn't it?
Isn't that cannibalism?
It's a bit early for you guys across the water, but
what are you drinking?
It's dark, it's late.
County Eagler, what are you drinking?
It's an English lager. It was my birthday. When was it? Yesterday. My mother sent me a box of beers, and
congratulations!
I don't know what it is, but it's nice. Thank you.
What are you drinking? It's something local. I don't even think it has a name. It's hand printed, I think. It's some guy just outside town. I found a
Hostel.
local.
Oh, good. I know. Garage
some
beer.
guy outside of town. I walked by and he handed me a bottle and I took it.
Sort
and
of.
here I am.
Yeah, some hooch.
It didn't even have a cap on it, so I don't know what's inside it.
But it's yellow and it doesn't smell so good.
Oh,
All right,
it's got a
fine.
good head on it.
Oh
Delicious.
my God. This is a family-friendly stream, everyone.
All right.
Remember.
So Carl, are you going to upload less? Because that will make me feel better. Because every time I see you've uploaded, oh God, Carl's uploaded again. I better do something. He's like uploading every single day. It makes the rest of us feel bad.
Oh, you got a break from me for a while, so I'm going to focus on my website. You're all right. You can relax.
It was you and also Sean Mars. I mean,
Oh
the
my
other week he
goodness.
just went crazy. He was uploading every day. I'm like, Jesus, you're making the rest of us look lazy.
I've got a feeling that Sean's doing the same. Though I've got a feeling that he's really focusing on his business rather than YouTube at the minute. It seems that way. It seems a lot of YouTubers are doing that actually. So
Well,
Yeah,
he did a
all right,
lot.
We all
Well,
figured out
Stu.
that YouTube isn't worth it.
Is it worth it? All right, Stu, we're trying to get around this one to at least everybody answer one question.
Okay.
What's something you screwed up this year?
I can relate to Chris and Alex. A little bit cornbread. I'm going to start calling you cornbread now. For me, this has been an issue, like especially teenage years. We don't have to get into it. I'm very impulsive, and I think that was kind of like holding me back at times, especially at the beginning of the year, because I'll think about doing something and then I'll just do it, and then like once I put a bunch of time and work into it, then I reflect and it's like, it probably wasn't actually worth putting my time in. So I'm trying to flip that process around of thinking about it a little bit more critically before doing it. So that's why I'm slowing down a little bit at the end of this year, because I primarily reinvest most of what I make, and just letting things build up a little bit and formulating a plan. I've started a new age domain site, but Otis didn't want to sponsor me, so I now have the freedom to call them out if it doesn't work.
Yeah, we don't have the luxury of big sponsors like some people do.
Yeah.
what about you, Amelia? What have you done this year that you either didn't think should have done?
Well, I've been I had the luxury here of listening to all of you speak, so I could formulate my own answer. And Morton was a genius. He's like, pass, come back to me.
Damn, we should have let it go first.
Yeah, one of the things that I did early on, and I was really upfront about this, was with my Amiga site that I started in January, is I wanted to be conservative, and write the content myself and watch the keywords and then see what clusters, emerged, and then start investing after the, site showed promise. And I feel like that demonstrates sort of my lack in confidence in myself, because I had to invest 6 months of my time. And then I look back and think, man, if I had believed in myself a little more and just even invested a couple $100 versus nothing in some content, then I would be that much further ahead of where I am now. And now I'm sitting on a site that, while this is sort of a plateau month, has had a really strong growth curve. And I'm kind of kicking myself thinking, man, like I started investing $500 a month at month 6. What if I had invested $100 a month starting from month 1? And then just more, right? It's like, if I could, what would that curve look like now? And I just look back and realize, it's sort of embarrassed even to admit this, like it's just still this lack of belief. Like I'm in my 4th year of, making money online, and I'm still struggling with confidence, right? And belief in the business. And I'm still afraid of going all in. Like I'm still, sort of most of the way in, but not all the way in. And so I think that was a mistake I made early in this year, was one, not believing in myself enough to invest in a project that I said over and over, I'm all in on this. But truth is, like, I was mostly in on it. And I'm wishing now in hindsight that I had truly been all in on it from the beginning.
Yeah, but I mean, Amelia, you shouldn't beat yourself up over that, because everybody can say, what if, what if I'd have done this? What if I'd have done that? I thought, my mega site, I thought, yeah, I'm going to throw 300 or 400 articles a month on this. It's going to go absolutely kill it. It's going to smash it. Then I put 20 grand in it and go, whoa, wait a minute. This isn't working, So, who's to say if I'd have drip fed 1 or 2 articles a week on there that it might have done better. So, we can all say what if, but, the thing is, you've got to, if you feel like you've done your best, then that's what you've done.
You make your decisions at the time, don't you?
I mean, I think it goes back to not just, the mistake of, oh, like, what if I had done more with this site in particular, but also just realizing that I still have more work to do personally in being confident, right? It's just realizing that that's where I'm at. And I think to get to the next level, like whatever that, income or traffic, these things are going to require more effort, more work for me.
The thing is, we all know there is a process to what we do. It's not, I've said this before in a few videos, it's not magic. It's not a cryptic spell or anything. We know there is a process, you know what I mean? So it's just how much of that process you're willing to invest in and how much you're willing to push it and eventually risk, because it is a risk.
All right. So then, Morten, we got to you next. What is something you screwed up this year?
Yeah, I haven't sent one email to my course students yet. I think that's a mistake because I realized not everybody is in the community. So launching a course and not communicating is probably bad. But I think just thinking about it now, I think there's an even bigger one. So as you said, I launched a year ago, and only 2 months ago I started testing my sales page. So we don't talk a lot about split testing because it doesn't really make sense if you just have a whole ton of content sitting on your site. But when you have a super important page, it starts to make a lot of sense. And so I did start a test 2 months ago, and I should have done that a year ago just to have some video tutorials on there. I think did I have a video? I think maybe you, Carl, you're on there, right? And Sean Mars. And a few others. So I put them on, and it actually made a lift like 30 to 40%, it seems. So I should have done that a long time ago. I've been leaving a lot of money on the table from not testing my sales page.
Look at Keith. Look at Keith being all positive. He says, don't be hard on yourselves. You're still doing a lot of things right and killing it, keeping up the good work. Yeah, but I mean, I think it's all right to, like, praise ourselves and pat ourselves on the back and stuff, but then to acknowledge it's like, okay. And I think it makes it more real, to actually acknowledge this is what, even though I'm having success, there's still things that I could do better and still things that I didn't do well, because I think a lot of people are still stuck in that trying to get up and going phase. And sometimes it's not relatable anymore. You get to a point on YouTube where you're looking at people and they're having success. And you're like, I can't see myself. I can't put myself in their shoes anymore because I feel like they're so far ahead of me. Let's see. Who wants to tackle the question of how do you get out of the rut of just consuming content about niche websites? Because that's something that everybody gets stuck into and it's not very helpful. So Fix has been super quiet.
Yeah, that's a good. There's a term for that, paralysis through analysis. That happens. I think it happens a lot. It's a lot more popular with the internet because there's an infinite amount of information. I mean, honestly, like if that's actually a goal of yours, you got like take some extreme measures, like disable the ability to even consume that content. Like if you wanted to stop looking at, if you were addicted to a cell phone, probably the best way to get rid of that is to get rid of the cell phone. I mean, the fact that you're asking probably shows that willpower enough isn't going to cut it. Because you've probably been thinking like, oh, I should stop consuming content. I should stop consuming content. And you're probably still consuming it. And I've been there before. So yeah, I would like even unsubscribe or just there's different apps you can use. They're usually like linked with like a study keyword. So like study blocker or something like that, where you can set it up so you can like block specific, even like sections of the internet or certain websites. So you could block YouTube and things like that. And you want to create like a new habit. For me, it was like listening to those lofi music and trying to, I have dual monitors, but turning one of them off. Because what happens when I have dual monitors is I just have YouTube on the other side. And then if I'm working late at night, I'm tired. Like half an hour goes by and I'm just sitting there staring at YouTube. I haven't done anything. So like little like things like that, you gotta create an environment where it's like a lot less possible, and then like cement that habit. Like neurologically, you're trying to like retrain your brain.
I'm going to ask everybody to do a thumbs up or a thumbs down, because that way we can get everybody's answers in quickly. And for folks who are working and who are not looking at the screen, it'll force them to look and just check out our glorious costumes again. So every one of us here is a YouTuber who makes content for people who are in the niche website business or want to be. Do you honestly think it is a good use of these people's time to be looking at YouTube, watching us, or should they be at home working on content? So thumbs up is come and consume our content. Thumbs down is turn off the YouTube, turn us off, and go write a blog post. YouTube, go write a blog post. What's so funny about that, right, is that we're here creating content for people about websites, but the truth is most of these people need to turn us off. Like we are.
I think sometimes though they can be motivated by us. They can see our success and our failures, and that can then trigger them to go, "Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to start that. I'm going to try that." I think there's a balance there. There's a happy medium. The problem is, as you mentioned, is that these platforms, YouTube, Facebook, the rest of them, they're there to suck you in, and I find it very hard. I go to YouTube a lot because I want to go into the creator studio, whatever. Always go via the homepage, and the homepage just is there to tease me. And there's just so many videos. I'll see like 4 or 5. I've got to watch those videos. I've got to watch them. They look so good.
Well, then I'll make this argument. Sometimes you like in our business, right? Like there's some tasks that actually move our businesses forward, right? Like producing content, hitting the publish button versus maybe doing admin tasks that need to be done that don't move the business forward. I would argue that consuming content on YouTube feels like moving your business forward, right? Like I'm learning, I'm gaining something, but that it, in most cases, not all, but in most cases, that it can be this false feeling of building my business, right? I'm on YouTube watching this stream.
Oh, you've gone quiet.
You went quiet.
No.
All right, who's the new MC?
There you go. You took over, Chris.
Let's lip read. Right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, there you are. You're back.
Yeah, that's the other one. It's this microphone. That's the thing about investing in like fancy things is they don't always work, right? So stuff.
Yeah, I have the
mean,
same
and
mic.
it's probably good. I went on a rant, and that's probably why it cut out. It was just like, stop talking already.
YouTube's going, oh no,
Yes, yes.
it's off again. Oh no.
She's
Well,
slagging
because I
us
was
off.
trying to convince
Bloody
everybody
hell.
to turn off
Kill it.
YouTube. I said,
It's
turn
just
off
the
YouTube,
algorithm.
and YouTube is like, no, stop.
Who's this woman with a blue face? Mute.
Yeah. Stop telling people to not watch YouTube.
What do you mean she hasn't got a course to sell? Get her off of there.
Oh man, oh my goodness, folks, we have 10 minutes to go. I have ignored the chat completely. So folks, if you have
I'm in there.
questions or comments for folks, I saw a couple over there. I saw one. Folks were asking Morton, have you revealed the niche that you are selling for 7 figures?
No, I just answered him. I'm not allowed to, according to Empire Flippers. So yeah.
How is
Any
the sale
news
going,
on the
Walter,
sale
by the way?
there? I think you're the only one in the group who's, unless I'm mistaken, who's sold a website or selling a website for over $1 million. So, any news?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it as well. I have my first buying seller meeting this Monday, so that's pretty good, I guess. Yeah, but I obviously I haven't done anything like it before, so so I have no clue if that is good or bad.
So Morton, is the plan retirement? Is it to sell the site and just kick back, live off that for the rest of your life?
Nah, the plan is to probably buy an apartment that we could get old in if we want in a bigger town where we just moved out from. And yeah, to be honest, we don't. That sounds weird, but we actually don't need the money. We're gonna donate some of it as well.
Oh,
And
nice.
I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with it, but I don't need $1 million.
So another
But
question.
are you gonna keep working? That's my question. Are you gonna
Yeah.
carry on
Nothing
YouTube? Are you gonna
changes
carry
on
on with
this
the
end.
course?
Yeah, nothing changes on this end. Yeah, I'm still gonna do what I always do. Yeah.
The thing is, Amelia, what you just said is, should people watch YouTube? I mean, if you don't get inspiration by watching somebody who's built and selling $1 million business online that somebody else can build, I think if you don't get inspiration from that, you definitely should not be building niche websites. I think it's great.
No, I agree. I get a number of comments that people watch my stuff, often like the income reports and stuff or the website updates. And if a site's doing well, people will say, I saw that and it's inspired me to go back and work on my site because it's working.
I would say on the
I know,
daily.
but as you say, there is a balance between just binging content all day and not doing any work and watching a few videos and being inspired.
Yeah, you've got to be hitting publish on content. There's no doubt, But I'm happy to hit publish for a few articles and then go consume a bit of content and, YouTube and then come back again. So I think if you can find a balance, it's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He just
So
like.
oh,
go ahead.
we had a question there from Pete, I think, from Morton about what spurred your decision to sell, Morton.
Yeah, I think once it reached this level, I just feel like just taking some of the money out of online, I think sounds good to me, because it's so much money, I don't need to think a lot about it. And also I'm only selling part of the business. It's actually, I think it's half of my business, something like that. So everything can really continue as planned, as it normally does. We can get the salary we normally do, Maria and I, and everybody can get paid every month. So yeah, so since it's only a part of my portfolio and around half of it's I think it makes a lot of sense just to diversify a bit and put something into bricks and mortar. Not that I think it will make more money that way. I don't think it will. It's just, I mean, when you're self-employed, it's just nice to have a little retirement plan standing there in
for sure.
Apartment. Yeah.
If that's not bad, is it? 1.3 million. It's only half my portfolio. It's fine. The other 1.3 million's in the bank.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta say it, because that's the reasoning behind it. If it was all of it, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Yeah, and it's also because I'm building 5 sites right now at the same pace that I'm building this site. So I feel so silly talking so serious stuff with this. Just looking at myself. But it's a lot of work building out 5 sites, and I was always intending to keep starting sites, and then eventually I need to sell once in a while. And so I thought, why not sell a bigger one? Because I've sold a lot of smaller ones and medium-sized ones, and I've sold a lot of sites over the year, but I never sold something like this. So it's also a new learning experience to try that. But man, it's a lot of paperwork. I just got to say that.
Martin's just did a costume change. He's now a monk.
Blink.
I just want to say,
that makes sense. The monks make the best beers in Belgium. It's always the monks.
Yeah, the best beers are brewed by monks. Yeah.
So I see that we're getting towards the top of the hour, and there's been a call for Fix to just talk. Fix.
Just talk.
The people want to hear from you, and my guess was that they expect you to be funny, like you're funny in your videos. I mean, are you able to be funny in real life, or is it the editing, the magic of the editing that makes you so?
Right, Morton, be funny now.
No one can be funny if they're just asked to be funny. Be funny. Come on, be funny.
Go on.
It's not even the editing.
Make me laugh. Make me laugh. Go on.
I have about 2% input into any of the content that goes on that channel. It's all outsourced. No, I'm just joking.
Where did you do that little clip for keep killing the game, bro? Like,
oh yeah. So I guess what part of like when I make videos, I like to bring like things that influence me, and the biggest genre I like on YouTube is like comedy and being funny. So I have a photographic memory, but only when it comes to like content I've consumed on YouTube. So it's actually really fun when I make videos, because I can remember like I watched like a viral video from 10 years ago. Like I don't know if people remember like break.com. That was like pre-YouTube. So yeah, that's my unique photographic memory skill that seems to help here.
So I want to know who is the next YouTuber you are going to, I don't want to say like, what are your little videos where you
mashups? Yeah, that comes from I've seen channels that do that. It's like there's someone in a niche who kind of does these videos like that are playful and fun for like the rest of the niche. And I always really like that. So I've actually like over the last few weeks, I'm like, I want to make, that's kind of like the main videos I want to make when I have time, because I actually get a lot of enjoyment. That's like a fun hobby for me.
So who's next?
Passive Income Geek. I already not Passive Income Geek. Morton. Passive Income Phil. I wanted to do next, and then it's WP Alex, but that's going to take a while. And then we'll see. I don't know if Morton and Chris are okay, if they're comfortable with a video like that.
Yeah, you're the cassette boy. Exactly. That's what the cassette boy is. Very similar to what you do, mashing up stuff. And
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, cassette with the Z.
Cassette.
Yeah, the mashups. It's like girl.
I was going to say, Fix, actually, someone that you have done a video on contacted me just the other day. I got an email from John Cristani.
No way.
Hey, what's up, Alex? If you ever want to do something, drop me a line. Let's talk.
Oh, right on.
So I'm thinking I've got to get him on a stream or something. I don't know.
Actually, I met
his money gun.
I met him. I think I met him. I met him last year at a conference. They say you should never meet your heroes, but I think he took it pretty well.
He was one very.
Did he carry? Did he have the money gun on him?
Oh yeah, he was just spraying it at me.
Pull up in a Lamborghini. I don't know. It's weird, John. I'd love to get John on and just ask him a few questions, but I don't want to completely like just destroy him because I've been taking the piss out of him for the last few years.
How much? So do you think he's like rolling in like gold, like Scrooge McDuck? Like, does he have like a money house that he swims in, or is he still like month to month, like trying to?
I don't know. He has the ad. The very first time I saw him was the ad that he used to run pretty in front of my videos where he was out in the desert or whatever, and there was loads of Lamborghinis, and then it cuts to the snow, and he's skiing, and then he's on a yacht, and he's just like. But then when he's doing his videos, it looks like he's in like a semi-detached in I don't know Runcorn or somewhere. It doesn't kind of fit. And I mean, I don't know who his barber is. Probably his wife or something. But have you? Oh, yeah. I think he has sorted out the haircut actually. It's nearly as bad as mine.
Well, I really look forward to seeing whatever content.
I'm going to get him on for a live stream. I think that could be fun.
To be fair, I was telling you, I saw him on a few live streams or videos where he knew he was going to get ripped to shreds. And why he accepted to go on him, I don't know, but he did. And he stood there and he held his ground. He did really, really well. So, I don't agree with his practices and what he does, but I didn't think he'd, go and face the music, but he did. So
I think he's fine. I don't know what his course is like. I mean, I'd probably need to buy his course and take a look in detail. I think the main problem with John, and I've spoken about this in videos before, is he just oversimplifies everything. Like, bang, sign up for Amazon, get some links, put them on Facebook, $1,000 a day.
Just tell your friends. Tell it. They'll buy it.
Yeah. The one where he said a toddler could do it. He said you could get a toddler, a 2-year-old could run this system. Like he legitimately said that, a 2-year-old. Something like I mean, it was shocking. It was shocking.
Has anyone seen his course? Does anyone know what his course? I mean, his course is expensive, and I guess
I don't think I'm dropping $2,000 or $5,000 on that course.
I gotta have Max taking that course so you can start.
Yeah.
If it's about Lego building, Max will be all right. You'll be okay.
Yeah. Max is actually pretty good at building Legos now. I should bring some stuff.
I thought you were going to say websites then.
No, it's still just Legos, cars and stuff.
Pretty good at building websites,
Yeah.
Does it in his spare time?
If it can be built with Legos, he could do it.
Well, folks, it is almost to the top of the hour, and I should always schedule like 90 minutes for this because I feel like we build all through the show and then finally get comfortable right when I have to say adios, see you later. But for all the folks who jumped in and who left questions and comments, I'm sorry I was super distracted today. I was having too much fun speaking with my lovely guests who just took the time to be here today and sort of celebrate with us. For folks in the chat, in the description, we have links to all the stuff that people talked about, to Popcorn and to the Affiliate Gathering and to all the YouTube channels, to my main YouTube channel. This is my live stream channel. So a lot of people don't even know I do this over here, but I have a main channel over there. And please feel free to check out the links, everyone. And I would love to say goodbye to everyone individually, but feel like I would miss them. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Let's do it again.
Thank you for having us.
Likewise. You're always good for a party, Amelia. I love that.
Yes, well, it's fun. It's totally fun. All right.
Thanks.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.